Hey everybody, Wisdom here. It is just after 4 a.m. here on Memorial Day now, so happy Memorial Day. Hope everybody enjoys their long weekend. Again, remember there is a reason that you have a long weekend today. That said, we are here. I've been excited about this for quite some time. Hoot Loop, one of the characters don't hear a lot about, but I have been interested in seeing how he progresses. He hits pretty hard, top and bottom box stock. Very unique. Of course, he ties in kind of with Night Shift. The teleport ability, to me, one of the more unique in the game. At least of the 8 swap abilities. But it's one of those things, kind of previewing everything, like reading all the little upgrades and everything in the game. It looks like the way he's structured, you've got Dreamweaver up top and Telekinesis down below that are basically going to be geared towards your obvious damage. And then Hypno-Owl up top and Escape Artist are kind of going to be geared towards more defensive. Obviously, in a perfect world, you would kind of stagger those. You know, you'd have high-powered offensive up top, more defensive down low, vice versa, and make a well-balanced character. That said, I'm tempted to kind of set him and Enchanted Hoot Loop up one down one, one down the other. However, the reason this is important, right now all I am familiar with in person, first-hand experience, is his box stock attacks, Y and A here on the Wii U. So this is the base upgrades video number 105 for Hoot Loop, but it will be very instrumental in making me decide if I want to send Enchanted down what I think is the more offensive path, or if I want him to be the defensive-minded one. So we're going to back out of here, and I've got Mr. Hoot Loop already on the portal. This is straight up Hoot Loop. It's a weird deal because Enchanted Hoot Loop looks pretty good in the game, and Enchanted Star Strike does not, and I'm not quite sure what's up with that, but I enjoy just teleporting around with him and Night Shift. It's just one of my preferred abilities. Don't know what's going on the iPad over there. Nonetheless, hopefully it's nothing important. It's 4 in the morning, so I don't know. But primary attack, it is actually called Deja Boom. You got, what was that, 24 there, I believe? The crazy thing, they say this will happen 3 times. Essentially, if I maybe get over here, you can kind of see it sort of heat sinks and follows the sheep. I never really see 3, but I'll see 2. The primary hit is basically the one that happens, you know, immediately. In this case, if I get away from 3 sheep, the one that hits dummy, that can be 24 to 36, and then your little chain offs will be 6 to 9. It is important to note, he can actually fire this off really fast, but I never really see, you know, 24 on this dummy, 6 on this dummy, 6 on this dummy. Now, in an arena challenge, you know, maybe there's like 5 chompies around. It's very possible that could happen. Here on the training grounds, I can't really run with that. I mean, the strategy guides had a lot of things wrong, you know, but that would be a pretty big mistake, at least on the initial attack. It's more understandable to like kind of screw things up if you're talking about like a soul gem or something crazy and complex, but I'll give them the benefit of doubt and assume that it does actually have another round if you were within a close enough proximity. Now, Loop the Loop is his legs primary, the bottom end's primary, the secondary attack, whatever you need to call it, the A button. This is Wii U, by the way. Press A to teleport forward a short distance and damage nearby enemies. Now, this one also pretty hard hitting, 26 to 39, but as you can see, nice range there, but we damaged that dummy. I'm going to head towards that ram. Damaged him. Gonna go in the middle, and you can kind of control the direction. You don't just like press A. If you press A, I guess you do actually train the way he's facing. For example, I'll turn this way, and he should obviously just do that. But now we're facing that same way. I'm gonna bring him to the side. And you get the idea. 26 to 39. I think I've set this up to where I've damaged 2 dummies at once before. Anyway, I mean it's all a proximity issue with him. But this is where things will get interesting. This is kind of where I will ultimately pick what we're going to do. Now, everything you'll see from this point forward is going to be the top end until we're back on the screen and we do the bottom end. So we'll come in here. Price you need to fully upgrade a Swap Force character is 11,568. That is, however, with the 18 Wing Sapphire's 36% discount. In true Swap Force fashion, he begins his base upgrades with his tertiary attack. Hold X to hypnotize enemies, slowing their movement and attacks. Price is 192. This is going to be interesting. I don't know that it's going to do damage. I hope we don't have to travel to the arena, but we might. So that's where I get into, like, I want these videos. This will be a little longer than the past because it's the base upgrades. But it's when I have to go to the arenas we kind of take these from like 10 to 15 minutes on to like 20 to 25. So tricked you, armor increased. You know that I'm excited about that. Armor and speed, to me, two of the biggest attributes in this game, at least the way I play. Price is 512. Armor's increased. Shiny new armor reduces damage. I don't know that this changes his appearance. I think I'd have heard people complaining or saying how great it was. So box stock, he sits at 12 armor, which is kind of high for him, I thought. Which again, I'm not going to complain about that, but we'll go ahead and grab it, see what he turns out to here. He's a really cool looking character in my opinion. Last one, oh, this is really cool because if we do have to go to the arena, these are all three different. Final base upgrade is called Flashback. It runs 640. Press Y, which is again our primary attack, Deja Boom we showcased, to shoot a Deja Boom projectile. Deja Boom bounces 3 times, and on a third bounce it explodes. This is another reason I'm kind of skeptical. The intro box for Deja Boom, it says, you know, that, let's see here, press Y to shoot the magic projectile. It hits enemies 3 times before it disappears. Now it's saying that it bounces 3 times. So I don't know if they mean literally it bounces on the ground, or they mean like hits enemy 1, bounces to enemy 2, bounces to 3, and then blows up. So we're going to buy this. We'll be able to figure it out at least. And that is that for the top end. Very cool that we could actually get them all without overlap. Right here you have to pick a path. Again, to me, Dreamweaver seems a little bit more offensive. It reminds me of Double Trouble's Channeler, which if you've watched my SSA and then Giants videos, you should know I am a big fan of Double Trouble down the Channeler path. So that said, we're going to wait on that. That'll be a standalone video. Makes things nice, easy, simple for you. So we'll come over here. First thing, I'm on the Wii U, so wow. That's awesome. So much like Star Strike, we had that freak deal. You know, armor had always been plus 40, and then there's some of these like little dinky numbers that they've thrown at us. Just like Star Strike, I believe she was plus 25. That's what he got. So his armor has jumped from 12 to 37. That's a significant increase. If we were talking about health, that's minuscule. Plus 25 speed or armor, you're doing something with that. So very cool on that note. Now, Hypnotize. Let's just take a look at it over here. Okay, so he does move slower when he does this, but he can move. You're not stationary. He can rotate like a Banshee, but moving forward or directional, you will take a hit in speed. Looks like his staff has more of a red glow than purple now. I guess it's still purple. Let's just hit the Y button. So not much we can tell from that, obviously, but it's nothing that you hold. It's still just a press. So let's come over here and let's do Hypnotize. Right? So it does damage enemies. That's really cool. 14, 28, 42. That should be 21, I believe, on the critical hit. But you can see there where, and they stay frozen or hypnotized. Yeah, there's finally a 21 there. But that's kind of cool. So let me get some numbers in here. Tricked you before I forget. Armor plus 25, 12 to 37. Hypnotism. Kind of like this one. Let me actually get a time frame on that. So I'm gonna hit him. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, now that's working. More on that shortly. I hit the wrong button there. Alright, holding that down, now, gonna release and count. Basically 2 seconds, I'm gonna call that they stay hypnotized. 14 to 21 on, I'll call that in trance. Hopefully that makes sense to you. I think of Hypnotism, I think if you're in a trance or something. So 14 to 21 there. And then what we will say is 2 seconds. Or I guess I should put hypnotize 2 seconds after. So 14 to 21 in trance, that means like while you're holding your tertiary attack button. Hypnotize 2 seconds after means if you turn around to address a tougher enemy, that person, I guess, will remain hypnotized for 2 seconds, which is really not long enough to do much, but if it was like a weak enemy, you could take care of that, turn around, and take care of the person. So Hypnotism will slow enemies and their attacks, so apparently they will still be able to pursue you and swing their clubs if they're a troll or a greeble, etc., but not quite to that degree. Now what we have to check out is flashback. We're going to press Y, we'll shoot Deja Boom, it'll bounce 3 times, and on the 3rd bounce it explodes. We were doing 24 to 36 on the initial hit and 6 to 9. Let me just angle this way. This is the least likely to hit all 3, but we'll see what it does. 24. Okay, so that one actually, I mean, I can see 3 times there. I never did initially, and it clearly states 3. But there's our 24, the 6. I had to hit the sheet there. 24, bounce 6, 24, 6. I don't know that the explosion, I was thinking it's gonna like do something crazy and maybe do extra damage. That was really cool. The stupid sheep would get out of our way. Really, I just need you to go away, sir. So that was actually, watch this. I'm trying to showcase that to you. 24 and then 666. So we're talking about the initial hit and then 3 subsequent hits. So flashback 24 to 36. Initial 6 to 9 on 3 extra hits. That's the best way I know to word that at this time of night. So it was misleading that it says it blows up, at least, and it said it explodes, to their credit. I mean, to me that's just doing the 6 damage, so I was thinking it might like blow up and deal like 20 damage again, or 24 or something. I feel good with that, and we actually got to cover everything without an arena, which is fantastic. Now we're going to come in here to the bottom side. Again, right here, if you ever want a good look at your character, option 1, climb the tree and then jump down the fountain. You can actually then face direct. You can see their attacks. It's really cool. I spend a lot of time doing that. Other option is to come in right here, and you can kind of see some of the idle animations, and it's a big shot of the character. Your third choice is to go in like to their stat screen, and you can see the idle animations and a look at the character. This to me is the biggest, most direct look. Very cool stuff. You can kind of pick up on his magician vibe there. So gonna come in now to the bottom side, base upgrades here. Very excited to kind of see how these pan out as well. Portable hole is his first purchased upgrade. Hold A to aim the portal loop, release to teleport to that area and damage all nearby enemies. Price $192. Question here is it going to do increased damage? Question number 2, and probably more important one, is how far out can we actually send it? Okay, let's get these one at a time. I don't think this will do increased damage, but this way we'll make sure. Let's actually try it here. I'm just going to press A. He's doing the same thing. He just goes the direction he faces a short distance. That's our maximum range, and I can take that sucker full circle, which is really cool. So that'll work. For example, I'll start right here in the middle of this grass. If I just press A, then he's facing that launch pad. He gets about halfway there. Now I come back to roughly the same position for you. And now if I hold it down, we can actually get to the launch pad, so double the distance of like a quick tap. Now the question is he going to do the same damage or more? I'm thinking it'll be 2639. It is. So we should have bought the other upgrade at the time. I did not know. So portable hole, you can control where loop goes. Well, that's the best way I know to word that. It's, I guess, pretty self-explanatory in the game. So back to the bottom side. Here we go. Temporal Whack. That's an interesting name there. It's like they can run out of ways. I don't mind whack. I think that works well here. It's almost like that's what that is. It's so unexpected, so magical. You're just sitting in your chair and then somebody teleports behind you and hits you upside the head. So whack is a good adjective for that. Temporal Whack. 512. Teleport does increase damage. That's going to be a very welcomed addition. I'm thinking it'll be marginal. It's already 2639. Time Sync. Can we get that? You know what? We could, but let's wait. I'm not building suspense. I just, want to take these one at a time. Up top, we didn't have overlap. On the bottom, you'll almost always have overlap because they're just one button. Case exceptions would be armor and speed, But, that's a critical hit when they do that mess. Here we go. I'm just going to tap A. It'll go straight forward. 34. What was that? Okay, so 30, 60, 90, 94, 98, 102, divided by 2, 51. 34 to 51 there. I know somebody's going to say you can just multiply by 1.5. I know my 17s, but 17, 34, 51, 68, 85, etc. That said, I just kind of like to do it that other way. It just works better for me. I don't know why, it just does. So, pretty cool. Now, factor in the increased distance here. Let's make this interesting. We'll stand right on this blue line. And you can actually, there's no timeout on this apparently, so we can go all the way to that dummy. That's pretty great range there. So Temporal Whack, 34 to 51. That is significant damage for, like a little, what should be like a base, super useful speed type evasive maneuver. It's doing some good damage numbers. So last one, Time Sync, 640. Enemies and objects are pulled towards the area where portable hole is aimed. That's portable hole. I assume they mean, okay, that's the name of the upgrade. Alright. I was thinking they've been calling it a loop. But right here you pick your path. Again, Telekinesis seems more offensive, and then Escape Artist kind of seems defensive to me. But we're not going to worry about that. We're going to check out Time Sync here. Let's take a look at it here. Just a quick tap, you can see it. Now, my question, I wonder if you can swing this bad boy around, like if there are a bunch of chompies over here, where it's at now, if it would suck those guys in, and if there's another batch of them coming from over here, I could just swing it, and if there's like a Greeble that comes, that's going to be interesting. That said, let's see if we can get some damage numbers here. Probably not big numbers. Okay, we actually can't, which is sad. I don't know that it's gonna do damage either, is the thing. Enemies and objects are pulled towards the area. I guess what that would do, it's probably like a vacuum effect. It's almost like jet vac is below the ground in the loop. Actually like sucking enemies in for you. But I think what it will do is instead of like, it's gonna do 2 damage, as long as it's sucking the enemies in. I think what it is like, say that I want to go over here, you can see it pull the sheep in. I think it is, kinda. It's gonna keep him in range for me, so then when I come over there and pop up, I'm gonna damage them with my Temporal Whack. So, Time Sync, I'm just gonna say, creates a vacuum effect. Vacuum, by the way, is spelled with 2 U's, 1 C, and 1 M. It's amazing how many. Which I guess, who spells vacuum, that often anymore. But it seems like people always have trouble with that. Anyway, this is Hoot Loop top and bottom base upgrades. I'm basically stand pat where I was in terms of all I know. It seems like Dreamweaver is going to be Double Trouble-esque offense. Hypno-Owl. Kind of like the unique aspect of him, I suppose. Telekinesis. I think that's going to do more damage, and then Escape Artist, I think it's just going to be like more defensive minded. So basically, what I assumed would be correct, I think is correct. All I know to do now is check it out and go from there. Now, what we just bought, Time Sync, what I will actually do is go into an arena challenge. I'm not going to make you watch it, and if it turns out that as I swirl that thing around it's doing 2 damage, I will let you know. Debating whether I should do Enchanted Hoot Loop's base upgrades just real quick, or if I should just incorporate them in with a path, but then I guess I'll have to do them. Because obviously if I did it with his top path, then it wouldn't be with the bottom path, etc. So we'll just follow format there. I'll get those cranked out really fast. Before I do that, I'll check out all these base upgrades in an arena challenge, and then that way when I do Enchanted Hoot Loop, I'll make it as fast as I can, and it's going to be one of those deals. I will update you there. I don't think it'll do damage. I think it's just to kind of like vacuum enemies in for temporal whack, but I will confirm that for you with Enchanted Hoot Loop. So stay tuned. I guess up next is Enchanted Hoot Loop's base upgrades, and then I'll play around in that arena and I will figure out which character I want down which path, and we will take it from there. So pretty cool character, very unique, and unique to me is always a good thing in Skyline. So again, thanks for watching, and I will catch you back here for Enchanted Hoot Loop's bit. Did I say dark earlier? I may have meant to say Enchanted, but make sure you're subscribed. That way you will see Enchanted Hoot Loop's base upgrades. You'll see the 4 path videos, everything like that, right as it comes out. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Again, thanks for watching, and we will catch you back here next time.